Hey, Nashville, Tala, Shatara here, and
Abby Miranda.
we're so excited. We're hanging out once again. It's been so long
Woo!
on the NFM podcast.
I missed you last
missed
week.
you.
I had to do this with Terry.
I'm sorry. That sounds
It was fun.
horrible.
I'm just kidding. He was great.
No, he's
But
great.
I did miss you.
Yeah, well, welcome to the NFM podcast. This episode today is sponsored by Connection Cairo, Alloy Gym, and Well Pro Thrive. So we are so excited. Today we are joined by Joe and Faye with Magic Fit. Thank you guys so much for coming in and hanging out with us today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Of course. You did mention you've done podcasts before.
Mm-hmm.
I said it was going to go all downhill from here. Get ready.
We're ready.
No.
We thrive in these situations.
We do too.
Yeah.
We
Never
really
been
do
on
too.
NFM.
I know. And my favorite part, I don't know about you, but really my favorite part is the basket of debate.
Oh my gosh, mine too.
You learn so much about
I could
people.
spend the whole episode just responding to these prompts.
Absolutely.
Like, that's the most fun podcast to me.
It is. Honestly, let's just pitch that for next week.
Okay.
But let's go ahead and do a little basket of debate so we can all get to know each other. I will grab one and I'll just pass it down.
Okay.
Come on, Joe.
I know I'm already
time
taking
here?
sips.
No. Take your time. Defiance fuel always near.
Mhm.
So as we're taking our basket, let's see. If you had to replace your hands with kitchen utensils, which one would you choose?
Wait, say it again.
Well, who gets to go
If-
first?
I was
here?
reading my
If
own.
you had to replace your hands with kitchen utensils, which one would you choose? I
Oh,
don't even know that many kitchen utensils
so
to even.
easy.
Ezra, these
She
are
said
crazy.
it's so easy. Wait, Faye, what would you choose?
Spoon.
Okay, yeah.
It's a
But what if you need
terrible
to grab something?
It's a terrible answer. There's
See?
clearly
Use
one
spoons.
answer.
Wait, okay, so hold on. This is a real basket of debate here. What
Yeah.
do we? Okay, so what's your real answer?
Well, I mean, look at your hands, and what do they normally do? They grab,
Grab.
things. So, like a tong would be
Okay.
the
Oh,
appropriate answer.
we're talking about all the utensils.
Anyone you want.
And
I was
you're
in-
going-
I was
you're
in the-
going,
you
like,
want.
core.
I was going core silverware drawer.
like Edward Scissorhands over
Well,
here.
no.
Okay, I mean, sorry, Faye, I have to go with the tongs.
Yeah.
I really do. I don't think
I'm
I
with
could
you
get,
now too. I get it.
I don't think I could get much done if I had a spoon. Everything would just fall right out of it.
Yeah.
You know
Spoons would be
that-
entertaining.
It'd be a little hard, but okay.
Did y'all see that minute to win it challenge where you're like trying to pick up dollar bills with a spatula?
Yes.
I was thinking spatula first, and then I pictured that, and I was like,
No.
that would only work with some things.
Because you got to have like something that can like.
That's
Never
true.
mind.
That would
you
be
could
good.
do one hand
one.
spoon and one hand tong, and that there everyone wins in that one.
I guess.
Theoretically.
Yeah, I
Joe's
like
pretty
that.
anti-spoon. I can feel it.
He's very anti-spoon. Yeah. All right, Joe, go ahead and give me your best.
Okay. If you could only speak in movie quotes or song lyrics, which would you choose?
Mean Girls.
So movie quotes, just straight Mean
Oh,
Girls.
I thought we were asking what movie.
Only
Oh,
one movie.
yeah, I instantly thought of Mean Girls.
Yeah,
I would
there you
say movie quotes, except for
Mm.
Taylor Swift has some really great songs out there,
Truth.
and I would, oof,
Some good lyric lines.
some good lyric lines.
Yeah.
What about
Stuff.
you?
Oh, I don't know. That is a hard one. My first thought was movie quotes because I feel like it'd be funny, but then I feel like you could get some real like deep stuff from
You could.
songs. I don't know. I opt out.
I believe the
Is
fifth.
that an
It is
option?
tough, but I go lyrics, I think.
You go lyrics.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go movie.
Yeah.
Movie quotes.
Is there a movie that comes to mind since I just shamelessly like?
I don't know. Like Wedding Crashers has a lot of great quotes. That'd be a fun one.
Yeah.
I just saw that actually in Nashville in the park.
Oh yeah.
They have like a
fun.
movie in the park in Nashville, Nightlight.
Yeah.
They're really, really fun. Check them out.
Yeah, I've
And they
been
played
there.
Wedding Crashers.
Yeah.
It
So
is
I
fun.
That's a
enjoyed
fun
it.
one.
That's a
What
fun
about you? You said lyricist. So like, is
I
there
mean,
a
I just love
songwriter?
singer-songwriters. So, there's a ton. There's obviously Taylor Swift, great lyrics. Kelly Clarkson's great
Oh,
lyrics. The National, great lyrics. I mean, Maren Morris, great lyrics. There's
Absolutely.
just so many. There's so many cool. Yeah.
We're in Nashville and
easy.
I chose a movie. I'm feeling a little weird about that. But yeah. And then did anything come to mind when you were thinking of like movie?
The first thing that popped in my head when I thought of movie quotes was Step Brothers. So
We all have
that's not
going to
get me very far
on.
in life if I could only speak from
Yeah.
those types of movies. I would probably choose lyrics if I have to pick.
That's like one of the hardest basket of debate questions I've ever had in my life. And I'm never going to forget
Not
about
to be
it.
dramatic, but
Yeah, no, not to be dramatic, but I'm not going to sleep over again.
for real.
All right, Faye, you ready?
See what we've got. Yeah. Would you rather have random confetti explode every time you blink or be followed by a faint mariachi band 24/7?
Ooh. Let's go, muchacha. Yeah,
Whoa.
follow me around with a mariachi band.
Ooh.
Who comes up with this stuff?
Ezra.
That's
Ezra.
fantastic. I mean,
That's a good one.
yeah.
oh, that's so hard. I think I like the showcasing of the mariachi band.
I think it'd be really fun.
It's something I actually think about often.
Of course you do.
Having a mariachi band just kind of follow me around, but the faintness of it makes it doable.
That makes it tolerable.
You have
Here
to
comes
do
the
it.
party.
You have to do it because, see, the blinking one, I've already blinked like 15 times since you read that. And like, I can't even
It's a
imagine.
nuisance, right?
like, that
somebody's
got
to clean that up.
Exactly. Ezra should
Oh.
clean it up since he came up with the question.
Yeah, we knew who's doing the
Yeah.
cleaning.
What about you?
Yeah,
Abby?
I was going to say confetti, but I blink a lot. And anyone who's watched this podcast probably blinks constantly. So that's maybe not a good one. But I mean, it would just be like constant confetti, basically. You just like, this is what you get with me.
It'd be
Confetti.
very distracting.
I think
It
that's
would.
so
And
fun,
messy.
though. And messy.
It's kind of like just sparkling, though. Like, you
Abby's
just
here for the
sparkle, you
aesthetics.
just
Abby's here for the optics of it. It doesn't have to
Yeah.
make sense. All right.
like, if I can pick the color too,
Mm.
you could just like,
You're deep diving.
Based
Oh,
on
this
your
you're
one.
really going
Yeah.
all out for this one.
yeah.
Actually, I like this idea now because now, like, get into sports season. Like, you could like, it's like a
Go Vols.
college football game was
Orange
on,
and
orange and
white.
white going out.
Of
Yeah.
course, you said
Wow.
orange and white. Can we go black and gold, please?
I mean,
Yeah, you just change it with the
It just seems sad.
season.
Yeah,
Speaking of debates, we have a constant debate over that.
Wait, okay, we will get to that in a second. Abby, let's
Oh.
do your last one, and then we have to get to that.
Okay, would you rather always have one sock mysteriously wet or your phone screen permanently smudged?
Ooh.
I would probably go with the sock because really, like, wet socks I don't mind it. Like, I know people hate walking in wet feet, but I feel like it's not terrible. Like, I would not want my phone smudged constantly. That would drive me crazy.
Wow.
As long as I could
Ooh.
switch
These
the
are getting
feet.
so much harder and harder.
So did it say completely wet all the time, or
No.
just like slightly?
One sock, always have one
Always wet.
sock mysteriously wet, but it doesn't have to be the same sock.
Mysteriously is the key word. In
It
that,
is,
because
yeah.
Oh, well, that's kind of gross.
If you
I
kind of don't know
So-
what it is, that's where it
Oh.
gets a little
Yeah.
weird.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
It's not.
So I'm going to just then go with the phone.
Mhm,
Yeah.
I mean,
for sure.
But like, what is smudged on your phone?
gosh,
It's kind of just as gross.
that's very true. Ezra, do better.
yeah.
No, I'm just
He didn't say mysteriously in that one, so I assume you know what the smudge came from. In that one,
exactly.
hypothetically
I'm
speaking,
with Joe on this one.
Okay.
I'm going
It's
Like
just,
smudge.
it's just fingerprints.
Yeah, smudge.
Smudge.
All right.
And Abby will be alone with her wet sock.
Yeah.
Mysterious.
I'm a serious wet sock. Okay, so we just mentioned black and gold. Are we Steelers fan? Like, what's going on? Like, I was wondering
That's
where
so
that
insulting.
team was coming
Oh,
from.
that's
I didn't
so
know where the
insulting.
team was going.
No,
Like,
actually, I don't mind. I lived in Pittsburgh for a while, so I'm not anti-Steelers.
You know what? Good job knowing the colors.
But,
Thank you.
Coincidentally, I have a lot of colors go back to gold, black and gold a lot of my life. So it was high school, but I went to Vanderbilt. That's what the reference is to
it.
Vanderbilt.
See,
Do you
now
guys
I
have
feel
any alcohol here? Because generally we have a game
We
where every
wish.
time Faye mentions that she went to Vanderbilt, which is often, it's like a drinking game for me.
we have
We
some
get pretty
spicy
tipsy.
energy drinks, and like they have
I've
like
had those.
cayenne
Those do.
peppers, and it really does the trick if
Yeah.
you want to punish her.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
just gonna say.
I'm just teasing her.
So that's so funny that Vanderbilt went over my head. I
Well,
grew up in
it's-
Knoxville, so like
Of
to
course
me,
you-
UT is like that's all I think about. But when
Mhm.
people are
Yeah.
like, I went to Vanderbilt, or they talk about Vanderbilt, but hey, let me tell you something. Y'all had an amazing season last year, and
your
credit to
props.
you. And I hope you
All right.
guys kill it again this season.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
Wow.
that.
Absolutely, Diego
too.
killed it.
Me
Really,
too. Just not one game.
Is it
Not
insincere?
one game.
just not one game.
Just
Appreciate you.
not against
Appreciate the love.
Tennessee, but like
Digging the love.
any other time you want to like
Mhm.
Yeah, I get it.
dominate, do
I get it. I get it. Yeah.
We honestly, when it comes to the SEC, most of us already just don't like Alabama and Georgia. So as long as we have that
Yeah.
mutual connection, we're all good.
Yeah.
Are
I don't mind
Are we
Georgia.
there?
Yeah.
You don't mind Georgia?
Oddly enough, Georgia does not bother me. I'm a huge Tennessee fan, went to Tennessee, but Georgia has never really rubbed me the wrong way. Alabama, though, we did not
Well,
go
of
down
course.
that path.
True.
Yeah.
That's number one.
Yeah.
That's number one. of
Nobody
course.
likes Alabama.
Yeah. Do you
Well,
follow football, college football?
No, no.
Some of us have to like
I'm
Alabama.
sitting over here. I'll be over here
Some
like,
of us have
go
a partner
Vols.
that went to Alabama.
Oh, gotcha, Faye. I
So-
sense something going on
it's,
here.
it's a thing.
It's a thing.
So yeah, but we also, I'm happy to say, beat Alabama in football last year.
Yes. And that was an amazing moment.
And it was amazing.
And I celebrated with you guys. So.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course. So, okay, black and gold.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Woo!
So you don't follow college? Do you follow any?
I mean, we we'll watch casually, but my husband's not like diehard for anything except
Okay.
baseball. So,
And you
So
fell in
I'm
love with this
not.
guy?
my dad wasn't either. I know.
Stop.
Well, I didn't really come from a huge football. I mean, they are big football people, but like my brother's more so than my dad. So we like didn't grow up watching it every
Yeah.
Sunday.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
Casual.
Your husband's Hispanic.
He's half Puerto Rican.
So
Half
is,
white.
I am.
Is
But
he handsome? I feel like
He's
half
very-
Puerto
I feel
like
Rican
they
men are all
have to
very
be.
handsome.
Oh, he's very handsome.
Yeah.
He has like perfect flow
I know
hair,
exactly what he looks
perfect
like.
skin.
I
have-
went
always
You don't even
to
tan.
have to
Puerto
show me his
Rico
picture.
a
I
couple
can see
years
it.
ago, and they my Uber drove by the baseball stadium, and that was all he talked about. So I think, from what
I
you're saying,
already-
baseball is like a big thing in that
and
culture.
soccer.
And soccer,
Which he doesn't care about soccer. I played soccer, but
Really
yeah, Red Sox fans though.
nice. I'm not very athletic. I just know a lot about athletics, which
Yeah.
I think is just as cool.
It's
Cool.
definitely cool.
I
No,
mean,
that is you
maybe
probably know
cooler.
more than I do.
Yeah, actually, the other day I told my fiance, I was like, I can name every NFL team
Oh, absolutely. not.
in order, like from
Oh.
state, from like Alabama down to like like even there's not one in Alabama, but like I can do it in order.
What a flex.
I know that's my party trick.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a great party
I mean, I
trick.
feel like we need to try that later on.
I'll do it off camera
Okay.
because if it's on camera, I
Yeah,
will
let's test
freak
that.
out. But yeah, I can do it, and
I
I'm
love
actually
it.
kind of proud about it.
Yeah, you should be.
It's my only party
That's
trick.
impressive. I could give
Because
you
I
like
don't look or
5.
sound like a girl that would know that, like at all. Like I
No.
sound like a valley girl.
Well, I feel like you no, I feel like I would expect that from you because I feel like you just know things, especially like a lot about pop culture. I
love
feel like
pop
you would
culture.
be like up to date in sports as well.
Well, once Taylor Swift said that football was okay, I then joined.
Absolutely.
the
Oh,
I joined
Of
in on the
course, that's
fun.
when it happened.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
exactly when it happened.
What's your opinion of people booing Taylor Swift at football games?
I just think that that's so weird because Travis
It's-
Kelce goes to her concerts and we don't boo
It's
him.
Super weird.
I'm just like,
I think it's weird to boo anybody.
yeah,
Unless-
Especially if,
you.
especially
Like
if
just
they're-
because
I
you don't like them,
booing
that's
in
me.
general,
Yeah.
right?
booing
Yeah.
in general. Yeah, it's just it's just weird because like I said, like Travis would go to her concerts or other NFL players would go to her concerts and
Yeah.
we don't boo them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And we're the
Yeah.
emotional ones.
Give her a break. For
I
real.
know. I know. We could do a whole podcast on Taylor, but we're not going to do that because we are hanging out with Joe and Faye from Magic Fit.
You might get more listeners if we just talk about Taylor Swift all day long.
No.
Actually, Tala, we
Definitely.
could start like a side pod where we just
We
talk about
could.
the girl stuff.
We could.
Mm.
And it could still be under the NFM Podcast
Sure.
network because, fun fact, we have a lot of podcasts under our
We'll call
network. Go check them out.
NFM for the girlies.
Oh,
Ooh,
Nice.
I like this. Okay,
Yeah.
let's get a Zoom meeting on the calendar with Terry.
Perf.
Okay, cool.
He'll
Let's-
love it.
Yeah, I'm sure. We just want to talk
He
about
might
Taylor Swift
surprise
and Mean
you.
Girls. What do you think? What do you think, Terry? No, but I would love to know about. Obviously, you guys are here. The big thing about NFM Podcast is we love hosting people that are big in the fitness space, but also big in the entrepreneur space and big in the
Mhm.
business space as well. So, take me through a little bit of the inception about Magic Fit and all that stuff.
Go ahead, Faye.
didn't we start with the original, how it really began?
The OG.
How it really
I won't,
began,
I won't
yeah.
go crazy. So speaking
crazy.
of entrepreneurs,
Mhm.
this company started as in the 80s, before my time. I was still high school and college girl when this thing started. So oddly enough, in Birmingham, Alabama, were a couple of ladies that started a triathlon shop for what meaning they sold things for that triathletes would want to buy.
Right.
Now, this is in Birmingham, Alabama, which is unheard of in the 80s, right? I mean, maybe San Diego, there was a shop, maybe one other place. So
Right.
it was really cool. So 2 ladies doing that also made it really cool. Well, these ladies also decided they would start putting on some races because, hey, let's bring some more business, right? So
Nice.
again, very entrepreneurial. I met them because I moved for my first job out of college to Birmingham, and I started getting into triathlon. And after about 5 years of being in the corporate world, I wanted to do something different. And I saw the potential of triathlon and said, this can be a business. So one of the owners of the business and I broke off and started a business and gradually grew it from Birmingham. And then I moved back to Tennessee. So it began.
Welcome home.
As that, thank you. I love being back.
It's the best.
So that was the beginning of it. And it just gradually grew, kind of adding a race here and there. And then, that went on for a long time. So until 2020, when COVID hit, things were challenging for events, as everyone probably knows that's listening to this. And my friendly competitor, Joe, gave me a call, who had also started in the same business a few years later than I did, and said, "Hey, how are you going to come out of this?" I'm like, "I don't know."
How did you guys know each other prior? Where did you meet prior?
We were competitors.
Oh, for real, competitors.
Yeah. I mean, yes, I was much smaller, much newer.
Okay.
But had entered into her space, and we were friendly. I mean, we were friendly competitors, essentially, was our background.
Yeah.
And then COVID offered us an opportunity to survive stronger together versus separate. And so we merged operations during COVID and took my company that I had, her company she had, and consolidated it and have grown it pretty significantly since then, and kind of expanded into other things, which is the magic fit piece that we'll talk about later on. But that's us. So we're now still 40 years later, still providing triathlon and other race production services across the Southeast, and I've gotten into some other stuff as well. So
that is really cool for the people that put on these kinds of events.
Yeah.
You think about, some of the largest events that take place here in just even Nashville, from the marathons and just the people that actually host them that kind of act as, is it kind of like you're a promoter in that sense? How does it work?
I feel like, you would consider us promoters.
Okay.
In the beginning, we were A to Z, like event production, promoters, everything combined. And now, from event to event, that changes because we've spun off and done some different things. Right, Joe?
Yeah. And I like to use the term, it's not always like a glamorous job when you're in the event production world. Like, it's hot, sweaty, exhausting work. But we're essentially like 1/3 white collar, 1/3 blue collar, and 1/3 carny is kind of the business that we're in.
Okay.
Where we just kind of travel, during the summer months and fall, like every other weekend, we're in a different city putting on a big event that requires lots of logistical and challenging things for thousands of athletes.
Wow.
But we love it.
Yeah.
So when you called her during COVID, what did you say to her? Was it like, you said, how are you going to get out of this? And then what? Y'all were like, let's do something together?
I think I was like, Faye, you're so good at what you do. Like, I don't know.
It was thick.
It was, I laid it on.
It was thick.
I love it.
I left, and so did she when she was younger, but like I left a cush corporate job to start my entrepreneurial journey, which was in the space that she was in. I saw an opportunity as well. And so I did not want to have to go back to that world. I wanted to stay and grow and build and keep this going. So there was no other real option for me. So it was figure out how to make this work with her, or figure something. I didn't have another option.
Yeah.
It wasn't as desperate sounding as that seems, but we were both in kind of the same boat. She wasn't probably going to go back to corporate world, but we didn't know what was next. And so it just made sense. And we have complementary skill sets that made sense for this. We're both here in Nashville. So it just worked out great.
Absolutely.
Yeah. 5 years later, it's worked out great. So even better.
I want to know, in those 5 years, where have you guys gone? Where have your events taken you?
Yeah, so the core events I came with and that Joe came with, those are still the same. So the triathlons, and we've added a couple of running events. But the triathlon is our core, I guess you'd say. That's our passion project. And the run events are kind of a off-season kind of thing. Not that we don't think it's important and wonderful and fun. That's just how the company started. So those are all the same. The big spinoff, I'll pitch to Joe because he pitched it to me.
And that was part of the spinoff was part of the reason why it made sense for us to partner and merge together, which was some of my background comes from the convention world, where I would produce large-scale conventions across the world. And I started doing some things while I was in that business and offering kind of fun runs and different things like that for our attendees. And those were just kind of fun and nothing to it. But I saw an opportunity with those where conference attendees want to get out of a hotel gymnasium or a hotel, treadmill or whatever. They want to move. They want to see and experience a city. but they never get the opportunity because they're usually stuck in that big convention hall. And so I started a company back in 2016 called Nashville Running Tours that was essentially just catering to the convention traffic that came to town and offering them running tours around the city, like 5K runs where you just kind of run on sidewalks. You have a guide. They kind of show you the sights and sounds of Nashville. You take pictures, and they love it. And so we grew that over the years. And then I pitched the idea of during our merger, like, hey, we can bring this to the table. Let's kind of expand this into something even bigger and better, which over the last year and a half we now offer essentially all things fitness and wellness to convention clients and corporate clients here in Nashville. So if, a 6,000 person conference comes to Nashville, which is not uncommon, that happens every single day, every single week of the year.
I'm always seeing people with badges on.
Oh, yeah.
My name is. I'm always seeing them all over Nashville.
Yeah.
We like to work with them and offer something that gets their attendees active during their time here in Nashville. And that's a benefit not only for the attendees, but also for the conference and the organizations, because that offers networking opportunities for them. They have a great experience. They want to come back next year because they expect the same kind of experience. So in addition to the running tours that we do, we now, full-scale 5K event production, yoga, massage. We do pop-up pickleball events. We do group fitness. We kind of do anything and everything.
Soccer now.
We now do soccer.
I have to ask.
Line dancing.
Line dancing, yeah.
Line dancing.
That's so fun.
Field days. And field days.
We do
Wow.
school field days for corporate clients.
So you guys are just like hosting, and then you find someone else to partner with you in these things, like line dancing.
Yes,
I'm
we
assuming?
outsource. Yeah, so we contract people
No,
in.
Faye is definitely
for the
line dancing. She is teaching the class. What are you talking
Okay,
You
about?
guys
Faye.
have no idea my dancing skills.
Stop. Really?
No, not really. Or was that alcohol?
Yeah.
Then
I
maybe
know, I
there's
need
a
it.
chance. Maybe a chance with alcohol. Yeah. Yeah. So we outsource those things
Okay.
to the specialists that need to be in that space.
I have
not
to
me
ask,
leading line dancing.
because we're in, Nashville, right? Nashville Fit Podcast. Take me through, obviously, the running tours. Where are some people going? What are the routes like? What are we passing by?
Generally, we're starting and ending from kind of the convention center area of Nashville, because most of our clients are kind of based from the convention center and the surrounding hotels. So we have a few different routes. Some take you over the pedestrian bridge and kind of run around Nissan Stadium when there's not the construction. We kind of do a lot of that kind of route over there, and then back across. We go north of town, so we kind of head up to the Capitol and down to Bicentennial Park and some into Germantown and back. And then we also hit Music Row as an option, so you kind of head out to Music Row. So we've kind of got 3 to 4 kind of like rubber stamp tours that we take people on that have lots of cool, fun sights and things that people get to see. And especially like when you head north into like Bicentennial Park and Germantown area, those are generally areas that a lot of our convention guests will never experience. They'll never head that way.
Yeah.
So it's a cool spot for them to see and get to learn a little bit more about Nashville while they're here. And they love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's such a fun way to do that. I feel like if I was in the corporate world and was visiting in the city, then that's exactly what I would want to do.
Yeah.
The way to see the city, network, like you said. That's really genius. So is that like the majority of your events, or are the majority of your events, or is it just a mix of that and then regular events, like for regular people?
Yeah, on the Magic Fit side, runs are still predominantly the bulk of what we do. However, I don't think that's going to last. I think that we're starting to see a shift where we'll continue to have the same amount of runs, but I think other services are becoming more and more popular with our clients, such as pop-up pickleball.
I was about to say, like pickleball event?
Like pickleball.
Yeah.
They don't realize that you can do this in pretty much anywhere. So we do a lot inside expo halls where we'll pop up court inside of an expo hall. Their conference rooms, their parking garages, whatever it is, we have the ability to kind of bring a whole setup and facilitate play for no matter what size group it is.
I mean, that
That's
really
super
helps
cool.
with think about the weather right now we're dealing with, right? Super heat and humidity, heat advisories every day. You can do this stuff inside. So, and then it also opens that up to the winter time, because these conventions aren't just in the summer, spring, summer, and fall.
Yeah.
They're also in the winter. So it really expands the options of having the ability to do indoor activities.
I have to ask also, because this was something that's been kind of simmering. COVID kind of really halted both of you guys, no pun intended, but I'm shocked because a lot of this probably is outside, and I didn't know that the fitness industry had such a hard stop when it came to COVID. Can you speak more to that?
Oh, it was a hard stop.
Yeah.
It was, my company before we merged was actually pretty creative with that, and we actually held 3 events during COVID.
Wow.
Under strict conditions where we had spaced out like a normal. Like if you think about a triathlon, if you've ever seen one, there's a place where like all the bikes are staged. If you've seen that, if you've been to one, if you've seen it on television, well, that's a really tight space with people.
True.
So we have the ability. So we own all of our equipment, by the way, to do these kinds of things. While we outsource things in Magic Fit, quite a few things. Everything we do in the triathlon running world, we own all of our equipment. We have our own trailers. We're like A to Z, like I mentioned, kind of company. So we have the ability to host events for a couple thousand people. So instead, we were hosting events for 300 people, but having the same setup so people could spread out. And we would have runners starting, one at a time, socially distanced. And so we were able to do a few things.
I feel like that is one of the things you could do.
Yeah.
During COVID,
It
be
worked.
outside.
But it wasn't the full
because we could be outside. It wasn't the full
Right,
effect, but
right.
you know what? People were so excited about it.
Yeah, to do
Like,
something.
yeah, we had like grab and go bags afterwards. Like there was no gathering, right? It's like you did your race. Yeah, we literally started drive-through packet pickup, which by the way, we continue to do at one of our venues because our host site, this is down in Gulf Shores, Orange Beach area. They loved it so much. Like, this is so convenient. Let's just keep doing drive-through packet pickup.
Yeah.
So there are some spinoffs from COVID,
there's
silver
so
lining,
many
right?
things.
Yeah.
I
Do you
feel like
guys-
so many things came from COVID that were actually like so
100%.
helpful. Like, the communion cups at church
Yes.
where you just like peel the
Yeah.
top off and the bread's there.
My own
and-
personal one.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
just like the little, they're like prepackaged.
And I
that
always
was
end up-
that should have happened
Genius.
forever ago.
Right.
See, it doesn't work out for people like me because when it's time to do communion, it's gone. And John's always like, "Where did it go?" And I'm like, "Oh, I was really hungry. Like that's gone." And
Even
Yeah.
for that stale bread.
oh yeah, girl, I was so hungry. Anything helps. I have to ask: do you guys do smaller events, more intimate? A lot of people come here for bachelor parties, bachelorette parties, and maybe want to get fit in those times. Take me through that process.
Yeah, we say conventions,
Yeah.
and that's the bulk of our groups, but it's any group that comes to town. Like we just booked one this week. It's a massage for a bachelorette party. So we're going to go and do
perfect.
chair massage for them. We've done running tours, obviously, for them. It's always fun to do it with bachelorette parties. They are very excited about everything.
That's the alcohol, Joe.
It's the alcohol when they book you.
Back to alcohol.
And then the day arrives, and it's usually a morning event. And you get maybe about 15% of the people that signed up this show because they're just still in bed from the night before.
Yep. I can imagine. I
still
can
fun.
imagine.
Oh, I would be there. I'm just
Me
saying.
too.
I would be there for that massage.
I would love to have like a pickleball tournament, even just like with my
Yeah.
bridal party. I think that would be so much
For
fun.
real.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could totally do that.
Yeah.
I mean,
We'll
absolutely.
give you our number.
Yeah, just let us know.
Okay.
I think I have it somewhere, I'm sure.
Did
Yeah.
you guys host I think I saw on your website the St. Patrick's Day, public St. Patrick's Day race?
Yes,
Did
we
y'all
do.
host that?
Mhm.
Okay, I did that one.
Did you?
Oh.
This year?
Yeah.
Did you?
I've talked about this like
did you
10
stay
times
dry?
on this
Oh,
podcast
did
She
you
already.
wet
has-
sock?
Yeah, it was.
So that was
Actually,
this
was
year.
thinking about that event when I was talking
Was it
about
raining?
wet because it just doesn't bother me that much. Oh, it stormed
Yeah.
it was like a monsoon.
This month soon. Yeah.
Yeah, they canceled.
That was a rough one.
We had to call the half marathon. Yeah.
Like I think we were 5 miles in,
Yeah.
Mhm.
maybe 6, but I finished the full half.
You just
Of
kept
course
going.
you did.
Just kept
'cause
going.
That's what I would have done
On my
if I was
watch.
you. Yeah, I would have done the same thing. It's like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
I
it was.
do this when
I
I'm at home,
genuinely
so.
was scared. Like the light. I mean, it was no joke. Like
I know.
it was all around you.
We didn't like
Yeah.
that too much.
No,
No.
that was not one of our best moments. So, and I've been doing this for a long time, right? So for more than 20 years, and I've never had to do that in a race. I've
Really?
never had to call a race because normally you've got the gauge. It's you can't start it. But I've also not ever had to cancel a race before it started. Only a swim.
Mm.
Never had to postpone a run of more than like 20 minutes for like one thing.
Hmm.
So this for us was a first time thing. And it was such a bummer.
I love
to
that
deal with
you
that
guys have
weather.
different viewpoints of the same event.
Oh yeah, isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you guys are probably on the back end, like, oh my goodness, this is the craziest thing, and I'm like, I talk about it fondly. I'm like, that was kind of fun.
I
Like,
love
it was an
it.
adventure.
I was at home in bed probably. More than likely. I was sleeping or listening to Taylor Swift. One or the other.
You feel bad because especially like you did the half marathon,
Yeah.
and the half marathon, that's a big accomplishment for a lot of people.
Yes.
Most people don't just do it for the fun of it. It's like a
Mhm.
big deal.
Yeah.
And to cancel it on them, that's hard for us.
Which is why you wanted
Yeah.
to finish. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
put my training in. I want to finish.
Exactly.
This thing.
I literally yelled to my friends and I was like, I didn't train for a 5K. And I just
Right.
kept going.
Yeah, we get
But
it.
my sister, I did it with my two sisters and then some friends from the gym. But one of my sisters has like a heart condition, and her heart rate will get so high so easily. And so like training for it was really hard. Like the fact that she was even doing it was a big deal. And the heat would really make it go up super high. And she would have to do more interval type training to keep it down. And she was like, my heart rate was the lowest it had ever been because it was just cool.
It was
Yeah.
cool.
Like
It
the
was-
rain cooled
Yeah,
it
I was
off,
gonna
and she
say,
finished the whole thing. And she was like, it's never been that low before running like this. So I was like, all right, cool.
I really think that it rained just for your sister now. That
I
I'm thinking
know,
about it.
yeah.
Success story out of that.
Thanks,
Joe.
Yeah, no,
God.
for real.
Yeah, if
Thank
y'all
you.
needed a
Testimonial.
positive from
Yeah.
that,
Thank you. Yeah, thank
There
you
you
so
go.
much.
I love
you're
that.
welcome.
We did need that. Thank you.
I love that. We are going to take a quick little break, but when we come back, we're going to hang out more with Faye and Joe.
Hey guys, welcome back to the NFM Podcast. We are here with Faye and Joe. It's me and Tala.
Hey.
We were just talking about some past events that were super fun, very adventurous times. And then during the break, we were talking a little bit about some upcoming things. Tell us a little bit about what's going to be happening in the future.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Joe run with it. I'll just say that this was one of the races Joe brought in when we had our merge, and I just fell in love with it, and it's one of my favorites. So Joe, take it because you started this thing.
It's a fun event. It's a triathlon that we produce here locally in Ashland City, which is about 20 miles northwest of downtown. So it's very convenient. It's called the River Bluff Triathlon. It takes place right on the Cumberland River in Ashland City, and it is a race that it'll be 9 years this year for me producing this event.
Wow.
And every year it grows. And where it turned, first year I was just desperate to get 200 people out there, and now we're pushing 600-700 racers.
Wow.
Which is super cool for a race out in Ashland City, Tennessee.
Yeah,
Um,
tiny.
Yeah.
It's a gorgeous spot right there on the Cumberland River, and it's named after the River Bluff is named after these amazing bluffs that overlook the river. So if you take a look at our website, you can see pictures of this place, but it is absolutely gorgeous. But it's more so the vibe of the event is different than pretty much every other event we do. It's very community focused. So it's a lot of local racers come, a lot of local new racers come as well. And the vibe of that race is so chill, so fun. There's a great party atmosphere afterwards. So you get the race, but really you get the atmosphere. Like that's kind of the key component of it, where it's in this amazing, beautiful, shaded, comfortable, wooded area, is kind of your post-race party with live music, great food, beer, hundreds of athletes hanging around, having a great time. and nobody leaves. Like sometimes you go to a race,
Everyone's out.
and you finish, you get your medal, you get your water, and you maybe grab a banana and you're out of there. This race, people hang for as long as you allow them to hang.
It's so fun.
And it's so fun. And it's just got a great little spot there in Ashland City that's perfect for this size of an event. And it can still grow to be a little bit bigger and still feel the same way, which we hope to get to that. But right now we're in kind of that sweet spot. And I highly recommend this race. It's a relatively beginner-friendly race, especially because it doesn't have, the thousands of athletes that are overly intimidating for people. It still feels like a smaller event, but the vibe of it is unmatched, and we have a great time with it. So I recommend all of our Nashville Fit magazine viewers, listeners, readers, come check it out, because I think if you've ever thought about doing your first triathlon, this is a great one to do.
Is this triathlon?
This is a triathlon.
Oh,
Wow.
And that's 2 different distances. So there's like a shorter distance course and a longer distance course. It has something appealing for all people. And
All
we
skill
always have
levels.
relay teams too. So for your listeners, like if you're not ready to
relays.
do the full thing, so you can mix it up. You can do swim. Someone can do swim. Someone bike. Someone run. We also offer just a swim bike if someone's not a runner. So there's pretty much anything you want out of this, we can do it. The only thing we probably don't have for a category is just a singular run. But everything else is there. And, this event, it's interesting, Joe, if you think about it, we, so my events before we merged, a lot of urban races. I have a couple of grassroots, state park type races, but big urban races, downtown Chattanooga, downtown Nashville. Although you may not be as familiar with Montgomery, Alabama, it is a urban downtown event. So we took the feel we loved. Like I said, I fell in love with River Bluff. We really took that feel and adapted it to these urban races, and like scaled down like the production of the post-race party in terms of take away the giant tents. Let's just do like pop-up tents and have like the pop-up vibe. And it was amazing. It's been amazing. We started that 2 years ago with the urban races. People love it.
I love that you guys really cater to all different skill levels, because I've never raced. I know that this is something much more up your alley, Abby. I've never raced, and I wouldn't even know where to start. I wouldn't even know my style. I would like, am I a swimmer? Am I a biker? Am I a runner? I don't know what kind of person I am.
Yeah.
And so I love that you guys have those kinds of options. If there is somebody listening who is very much like me and they want to learn more, do you guys have all that information on maybe a website, or where can people go to learn more about that?
Yeah, so I'm glad you said that. So we cater, not exclusively, but most of what we cater to are people that are new to the sport. We know that, our active racers, they don't need us as much. We provide a very safe, fun, competitive race for them, and that's great. But we do a lot of work to attract the new audience, where about half of our audience at every single race has never done that race before. Every single race we do, that's about the average. Half of those people have never done that race, and about a quarter of the people at every single one of our races has never done a triathlon before, and that's every single time we do that.
Yeah,
that is cool.
That is very cool.
And so we want them to have a fantastic experience, but not only at that experience, but we want them to fall in love with the sport and stick with us. So we've actually developed a program called our Race Concierge program, which is dedicated solely for providing a welcoming experience for all athletes, but in particular those first-time athletes. So let's say you want to do River Bluff, which would be great you did. You would then be connected with our Race Concierge. She would see that you would sign up. You would have designated that you're doing your first triathlon, and we have very specific outreach efforts that welcome you in and provide you whatever resource or answers to any questions you have to make that weekend experience as pleasant as possible, including them on site all weekend with a dedicated tent, a transition area setup example, and all the answers you could possibly imagine. They're there for you. And then after the race, they're there to help connect you into the community even more, so that, okay, you've just done your race, now what? They're going to help you kind of stay connected with all the different puzzle pieces of this triathlon journey for you, from clubs, coaches, retail shops, our other races, whatever the case may be. We provide all those tools. So
Nice.
That really
Yeah,
is
I love
so
that.
nice to have, like a event that is kind of like a gateway event. I have been considering doing a triathlon, actually.
I was hoping to hear that.
Yes, I've never done one. I'm mostly a runner and strength trainer. High Rocks is what I'm focusing on right now. Do y'all know about High Rocks?
I do. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I see a T-shirt as well.
Yeah, this is Atlanta. I did Atlanta, and then we're doing Boston in September. But my husband and I was like, well, we didn't get tickets to Dallas. It sold out immediately. And I was like, well, I'm in like this mode. I want to train for something. I was like, what if I did a triathlon? I was like, I can't swim for nothing. And I've hardly ever biked before, but that would be like an ultimate challenge. I was like, it would truly be like learning something new, pushing myself to new limits. I feel so proud of myself. And I was like, I want to do that. So they ended up posting Boston and got tickets for High Rocks. But after September, my husband and I were like, let's spend the winter training for a triathlon.
Love it.
But even like this one, I'm like, oh, maybe
This is probably the one.
This is really soon, and I definitely can't swim. I'm a terrible swimmer. I need to learn, but
You would be just fine.
Yeah,
Generally
I do think
speaking, we get a lot of people in kind of the general fitness community that come out and do races that honestly they probably haven't properly trained. I use properly in quotes. There's not really a proper training, but they're not dedicating X number of hours every week to kind of do each discipline, but they do just fine.
Okay.
And that's all you need to do.
They don't drown.
They don't drown.
All right.
They don't drown.
Like what Faye mentioned earlier, we have
That's
two
my biggest worry.
distances typically, and our shorter distance is called a sprint triathlon. And those you can be in and out of that race in an hour to an hour and 45 minutes generally,
Okay.
and you'll be fine.
I think
feel like
I
could
would
definitely do that.
thrive doing the bike because I used to be a spin instructor.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I
Ooh.
feel like that would be my closest just tie to one of the three.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a harder one versus an easier type of way to do a triathlon, would you say?
You mean in terms of a location, like if you're going to do the full triathlon?
Well, I mean,
Like a
swimmer,
venue?
runner
Disciplines.
versus
oh,
biker.
I see the disciplines.
Yeah.
I mean,
Swim is the one that freaks most people out,
Yeah, that freaks me out.
and a lot of
especially
it
because
is
ours are
more-
open water.
It's more about the water, just being
Yeah.
comfortable in open water. Like, can I see? And but there's no requirements for how you swim in this water. And
Right.
we have to
Are
remind
there-
people of that. Like, if you want to do a little breaststroke, where you're just looking out at the world while you're swimming, if you get uncomfortable, I mean,
Go on
as
your
long
back.
as you're confident
Mhm.
to swim and stay afloat, you can get through it.
Yep.
Right.
See,
I don't
I'm
know
not
if I am
fast
confident.
without water being a factor. And I feel like with water, I would be a lot slower. So that is probably why I feel like I wouldn't be the right person to swim. But I do, like, I hear bike and I'm like, I feel like I would really thrive with a
Yeah.
bike.
I'm feeling a relay team for you.
'Cause
I
they-
think it's
I'm
be a
feeling that too,
really
Faye.
great way to get
Yeah.
involved, and you guys could, do river bluff,
That's
Yeah.
the other thing. A relay, I'm like, oh, if you have a relay, you could do anything.
and you could even do
Just a
swim,
quarter
bike,
of it.
run.
You
if you wanted
could.
to,
yeah,
or you
that's
could find
true.
a swimmer for you guys. You've already got the biker or runner.
Do you know Michael Phelps? We could probably just get
I
him.
mean, I
Oh,
could
yeah. Do you wanna
find
call
someone
him?
who knows
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, we can just find him and we
Text.
can just ask him if
Send
he.
a text, Joe. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys are-
Do you have his contact? Because
Send
we
him
can
a
just, yeah,
text.
we'll get him on our team. No worries.
So
we have
do-
an Olympic gold medalist, by the way, as our title sponsor.
I was going to
for-
ask
Yeah.
about
one of our
people
races.
Oh,
that
wow.
come through your program. So tell
Mhm.
me a little bit about her or
Yeah.
him and then
And
other
it's
people.
fun because it's a local connection.
Oh,
It's with our
fun.
Music City Triathlon that
Yeah.
takes place in June here in Nashville. It's one of our largest events right downtown by Nissan Stadium is where we do that race. And we use the Cumberland River and we jump off the General Jackson showboat. And it's a cool race.
You would love
But Ashley Whitney is an Olympic gold medalist in the 96 Olympics. She was
Wow.
on the freestyle relay team that won gold. And she's a
Nice.
local legend when it comes to swimming. And she still teaches here in town with the Nashville
she
Aquatic
needs
Club.
to teach me.
And she teaches
Wow.
at Seven Hills Swim and Tennis Club. But she's also a local realtor, very successful realtor. And that's kind of the connection with the title sponsorship.
Yeah.
So we love having her
Well,
in our back pocket.
She did her
But
first
still-
triathlon with our former company name was Team Magic, because it came out of Birmingham, which is considered the Magic City, so hence the name. And
Okay.
her first triathlon was with us at our race that's in Guntersville, Alabama, our second oldest race. That was her first
Wow.
triathlon.
I was
So
going to
there's
ask you where the
history.
name actually came from. So I'm happy
Me
that you
too,
mentioned
yeah.
that. And I was also going to ask, and I love that we're talking about Ashley, are there any success stories that come to mind, in the past couple decades that you guys have been doing this, that you're like, man, this person signed up, this person did this, and it really just opened up a whole gateway to maybe their fitness career or just better health, anything that comes to mind?
that we could go on all day on those kind of stories because
Yeah.
everybody has a story,
Mhm.
which that's the favorite. I think that's honestly Faye and I, we both share that like everybody has a very unique story that is inspirational in most cases that we just oftentimes we're not even aware of. But when
Yeah.
we are aware of it, it's so cool. But we have people that have done Team Magic races back in the 90s for their first race or early 2000s that were just selected from the last Olympics to be on the Olympic team.
Yeah.
Wow.
They were a junior racing Team
Yeah.
Magic races, and then they went to Paris and competed at the Olympics. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Stories like that.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never thought about it like that, but that has to be so rewarding for you guys. To you, you just see hundreds, thousands of people. But like when I think of myself as an individual, the way I feel doing a race, like I'm not really thinking about the other people. Like when I finish a race like that, I'm just like, man, that was like my accomplishment.
Yeah.
And you're like providing something like that for each individual. Like, yeah, it's a big group thing, but like each person after an event like that feels so like proud, accomplished.
Mhm.
And that's a really cool thing that y'all are doing.
Yeah,
That you
it's-
offer.
It's why it's such a passion project, And when we, as Joe mentioned, when it came, during COVID and we started talking, it's like we didn't want to do anything else because once you've been in a space that's so positive,
Yeah,
it's so uplifting,
Yeah.
and you also have the freedom, that we have to, produce things the way we like to produce them, and it's hard to go in a different direction when you have something really positive all the way around. So it is truly a passion project because of what we witnessed crossing the finish line.
Absolutely.
Not just
I
our
love it.
freedom to have our own business. It's really about that.
Yeah.
I love that. And I also want to ask you as well before we stop, obviously I can imagine a company like this, a business like this is always thinking about the next big thing, right? Pickleball, we just added because we're seeing a big trend in that. Is there
Mhm.
anything else that maybe you guys have thought about adding or maybe something y'all are working on? Any future plans? Give us the exclusive, Joe.
He's like,
It shows our creative side for sure, and I'm always like, "Whoa, let's push pause," and then he usually convinces me. So
I think no, there's outside of what we've talked. Honestly, the big focus of ours is maintaining, but also attracting new people into our triathlon magic sports side of the business. That's obviously key number one, and maintaining that line of business. But then Magic Fit is the growth opportunity for us.
Yeah.
Magic Fit is we still consider it kind of a startup company, and we're putting a lot of resources and energy behind the growth of that. And we haven't even scratched the surface with what that could be. That will, we have visions for that becoming even bigger than what we currently do with the race side of the business. And so that in the next 5 years, hopefully will become kind of the standard for what we do. And then races are kind of like who knows what that will look like, but that's kind of our hope. And that's also scalable, potentially scalable from outside of Nashville. We can maybe take that in other cities and kind of duplicate that setup in other cities.
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier when you were talking. Yeah, that's a lot of opportunity for growth.
yeah.
Before we land the plane, I have been thinking about this question. What is the thing that makes your events go so smoothly? Because being able to pull off an event is a big deal, especially huge events like you guys are doing.
Yeah.
What is
With
it? Is
thousands of
it
people.
Yeah.
is it your staff that you hire?
Yeah.
Is it what is it?
Yeah. That's a huge piece. I think, it's experience. I mean, I've been at this for a long time. Joe's been at it for a while. I think our dedication to relationships with venues is probably how it starts.
Ooh, yeah.
So relationships are everything, and respecting every community we go into. So we're from Louisville, Kentucky, downtown Louisville, down to Gulf Shores. We're like kind of an I-65 company with a couple of spinoffs to Chattanooga and kind of out to Ashland City. And so everywhere we go, we have these really important relationships with people, and we respect them and we respect their communities. So we spend the time up front and follow up to make sure everyone's happy. As much as we can make everyone happy, but the people we're working with are happy, and that we're, the community still want us to come back. A lot of people don't put that effort in, I would say, in this business, and it's super important. And then our team, outside of mine and Joe's complementary skills, we do complement each other greatly, what we bring to the table. To the company, but our team is amazing, and that's how the company started, was with a team of triathletes that helped put on races. So that's why the company was founded as Team Magic. So back then the team of people would get everything ready for the race. It was so low key, you guys, so grassroots. And then they would all race, and then break it
love
all
that.
down.
Oh,
right.
wow.
And then
yeah.
have volunteers working the spots in between. But that was the team that started it. So we've really kept that theme. But now we have, a seasonal staff basically that works with us. And they are, as you can imagine, the type of people that want to see these people crossing the finish line.
Yeah.
And they take their jobs very, very seriously. And they work very hard for us. And they're our family. They're our second family.
Yeah.
Mm.
I love that you asked that question because you're so right. I mean, we're talking about events that have thousands of people that you guys single-handedly put on yourselves. And to imagine that that can go off without a hitch. We're talking about weather. We're talking about safety. We're talking about, so many different factors. And I love that you guys really do keep those things at the forefront. So yeah, thank you guys so much for really just being exemplary characters of what, great business owners are, especially in the wellness space here in Nashville.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love it.
Well, where can people go for more information when they want to get plugged in with you guys? Because I'm sure they will.
Websites are probably the best way. Magic Sports USA is where they can go to find information about our races. And then magicfitusa.com is our kind of convention corporate piece where we cater to them. So
Okay. And the next event is August 10th, or do you have another one before then?
when this comes out, that will be our next event.
Okay.
So August 10th in Ashland City, River Bluff Triathlon.
I love it.
Awesome.
Described it so
Everybody get signed up, get your relay together. Is there anything else you guys would like to share before we close it out?
We just appreciate you inviting us on.
This was so
Of
fun, you
course,
guys.
of
Thank you for having us
So
on.
fun. Thank you so
course.
much for coming and telling us more about Magic Sports, Magic Fit, all the things. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you found this episode even a little bit helpful, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends on behalf of NFM and share the positive. We really appreciate your support. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.